Starting letter. Starting letter means.
Starting letter. Okay. Starting letter means we can take the data type as a character. Okay. Next, any other way? Ganavi?
Last number.
Last number. Okay. That is of integer type of a data. Okay. Next.
Voice search.
Okay. Voice search. So for this, we don't have any data type, but in this way also we can do it. Okay. Any other way? Fast.
By
By
the
entering
name.
by entering the name, that is by the string. Correct. By all this, by the character, by the name, by the last number, or by the first number. By all these means, we are trying to find the contact. We are achieving the same logic here. Am I right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So in all these search methods, the logic will be written same to find out the contact. So how do we achieve this? We
Number.
by the concept called as a method overloading. How do we do that? We'll show. Okay, how do we create the project? Intern batch. So inside this, what we do, we will be creating a package. Inside the project, we will be creating the package saying that related to this method overloading will will have the all the programs inside this. Okay. So this is the package. Inside the packages, we will be having the classes. Okay. So the class name, we can have it as contact. Okay. And here the method stuff, the main method should be there in mandatorily, correct? So select this main method stuff and just say finish. What will happen here? It will, so we have created the package called as an method overloading. Under that we have created the what? What is this? Contact is a class name, correct? So we have created the class inside that. This is what the template of the class. Am I right? It will be ready. And inside this, now, what do you mean by method overloading means? Developing a multiple method with the same name, but with different method signature. Method signature means what? Variation in the argument list. See. So we will be having the method to find out the contact. Am I right? That is what we are doing here. So we have a main method. Apart from this main method, we will have the other methods called as public static void search. See, what is the advantage of this Eclipse is that it is auto compile and it will do the auto compilation and auto saving. See, if we have made any mistake, automatically it will show syntax error on the token public. So public is a token. It's a keyword. Am I right? This is what it is showing. This is what it do. That is why in the interviews they will not allow you to write or use this Eclipse because it will show what is the mistake you have done. That is why they'll ask you to write it in a notepad. Do you understand this? Why it is done? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how do you search? By the name.
Yes, ma'am.
By the name means it's a string data type, correct? So once after you search, what will happen? Oh, correct. That is what happened here. We will use the same signature but variation in the argument list. That means we will be searching the contact by entering the first letter, character type, the variable what we can give first letter. Next. Then what you will do? You can search it by integer that is the number, first number or the last number, correct? Am I right? Or by the full number. If you know the number as what you have saved, you don't know. If you want to know the name of that particular number, what you do? You can make it as long number, correct? So we have created or developed a method by the same name. The signature is same. If you see the definition here, what's the definition? Developing a multiple method with the same name but with different method signature. What is it? The different method signature means variation in the argument list. That might be a variation in the data type, length of an argument, or variation in the order of the occurrence. See, we have now one, two, three, four methods with a different arguments. That is the data type. Am I right? So this you have found it out by first letter, by character, by last number, by the whole number. Correct? This is one way, or you can have the combination of it. Sometimes either by the name or by the number. So this comes under variation in the data type and variation in the order of the occurrence and the length of the argument means here the length of the argument is varying. It is not one and the same. Am I right? It is not matching any other method here. Are you understand? Is that clear? Yes. So this is variation in the data type, variation in the length or the occurrence. Occurrence means how we can do. We can use the same thing, but the order of the occurrence is different. See, it's working now, correct? Either you can add one more also, be a int number, correct? So what we are doing exactly, we are searching the contact by name as well as number. And here by name, number, and or a last number, first or a last, yeah. Correct? This is what only the difference is that the argument list, if you observe here. There is a variation in the argument list. Until that, all the things are the same. The signature part. Am I right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
logic written inside this will be the same, just depends on the input what you give, it will work. Correct? Now, how do you call these methods now? Tell me. In the main method, if I want to call the search method, how do I call this method? What is the syntax for it?
The arguments which is mentioned in that method.
Okay, we have to give the arguments, but what is the syntax of calling a method? What type of method it is? Tell me the syntax, proper syntax now.
Ma'am, search number string number.
Okay, so it is in the static context within the class means just by calling the method name, you are able to call this method, but you need to pass an argument. So here, if you want to call this method, so what is the input you have to give? The number which is long. I'll give my number itself. Okay. Okay. So why I'm giving it as L means L represents the long, the data type long. Okay. So if I run this, what is the output? So this is the run button. If you click on this, what happens? Contact found by number. So depends on the argument what you are passing while calling a method. Depends on that the particular method will get executed. It depends on the argument which you are passing. Okay. Okay. Which method will get invoked now? Tell me. Line number you tell me or any output.
Contact phone by last number.
Okay. What is the output we are getting? Contact found by last number. So you're understanding this it depends completely on what is the argument which you are passing over there. Do you understand that? Okay. Which method will get invoked?
Contact
Found by
by
name.
name.
Okay. You need not to call the argument of all the data types. Either any one of it you will use it in a real time. Okay. I'm just explaining you the things how it will work. That's it. Okay. You will opt any one of the option. Correct? Now, what is the output?
Contact found by character.
Character depends on the argument which you are passing. It is working. Okay. So now what I do, so now
Contact found by name.
name. Okay. So printing, which number, sorry, which method is getting invoked?
Contact found by name, number, and last.
Understood? So depends on which way you use, but it will lead to find the contact itself. Am I right? So the concept of this is called as an method overloading. Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Yes. So if you see the definition of it here, so what are the rules for method overloading then? Method name should be the same. You cannot have the different name there. Okay. And there should be variation in the argument list. If you have the same or same data types in the argument list, then it will not work. It will throw you an error. I'll show you that. See, here I have given it as integer and long, right? So I'll change it to again integer. What it is saying, duplicate method search. Am I right? So we cannot have the same data type. Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And there is a restriction on access specifier as well as the return type. We cannot make it as a private because, and while returning also. So what happens at that time? It will, the system will be in the ambiguity. Okay, so there is few restrictions on it. So try to solve the programs with giving the other access specifier for this methods. Okay, will you do that?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
How can we call when two methods have the same data?
We cannot call. That is what I'm saying. We cannot do that. It will throw you an error. The same data type is being has been initialized or has been written here means it will throw you an error saying that it's a duplicate method. Okay, we cannot have that. That is what it is saying. There should be variation in the argument list. Method name should be the same and there should be a variation in the argument list. All these 3 points will come. Anything, either the data type or the length or the order of the occurrence. There should be a changes in each of the method that is the argument list. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is how do we do that. Okay. Copy it down.
A few moments later.
This kind of things. Any other way. In the phone pay. So what are the different ways we use in PhonePe?
Pay by contact.
Okay, by contact. Next,
by UPI ID,
UPI ID. Okay,
scanner,
scanner, that is QR code.
bank account.
Okay, then
Previously paid account.
with the history. Okay,
New number.
by phone number, that is a new number. Okay, so these are the different ways what we have here. Is it possible to overload the non-static methods? What do you think? Yeah, that don't pay. Like, main method stuff. Okay. Yes, tell me now. Public void pay as a method we can take it as correct. So
Yes.
the QR code we cannot give the data type here, so we'll give it as a double data type as of now. The different data types I'm taking it. So the QR code I'll take it with a double data type because what it comes under which data type the QR code. We don't have that right to define it. That is why. Okay. Then by account number that is in account number will be too long. How many digits number it is? Account number means
10 or
account number will be 13 digit number I think, right? Bank account number 12.
Yes.
We can take it as long itself as account number. What else? The data type we have discussed about UPI ID, bank account history, or any number. So we'll have integer as a number. Phone number. Correct. Hello. Guys, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now we can either have the phone number or the history will be of the string. The name will be there, right? So by the name or the contact name, whatever it is. So in either the way, what you'll do. So this is a shortcut in this Eclipse. If you type SYSO control space SYSO, if you type in SYSO and then you press control space, the printing statement will be displayed here like this. What it is? SYSO control space. Okay. So what will be printed inside this? Payment successful. Correct. So in all the things by QR code or payment done by the QR code. So just want to specify, make the difference. That is why I'm writing a different printing statement. But in general, we'll just get the one successful message or any message saying that payment is successful or payment is not successful. Something like that. Correct? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
So payment successful to bank account. Okay. Now, how do you call this method? Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
hello. Okay. So how do we call these methods now? Tell me the syntax. What is the syntax of calling this method P in the main method? How do we create the reference variable? You tell me.
Man by creating objects.
Yes, for which class? What is the syntax? Just by creating the object means how do I create the object, Varshita?
For pay method. Object method.
Sorry?
For pay.
For pay method, we will create the object. Huh? Okay. So new pay is equal to P, which is of the pay type. Correct now? I don't.
For phone. I mean, for phone pay. Not only
What is that phone pay? So what is the syntax for creating the object?
class name, object name,
Class name, object name.
object reference variable.
Okay. Object reference variable. What is the syntax? Tell me that. So p dot pay I have written. Okay, this is correct. But what it is? Tell me the syntax.
An object reference variable monthly.
Hmm.
And pay is the method.
So usually the syntax will be what? Object or the,
Object reference.
object dot method name. Correct? In place of object, we can use either object or the reference variable. Correct?
That's all.
Hmm. So, what is the argument we will pass here now? If I want to do the payment through the account number, what is the value we need to pass here?
From any number.
Yes. So now which method will get called, Ashita?
First number. Payment successful to the bank of.
Okay. Which method will get called?
And now payment successful to the contract.
Anjaneya, unmute yourself now.
Okay.
Hmm. Which method will get called? Tell me. Varshita?
From bank.
Mm-hmm.
Bank of phone number.
No?
From QR.
So how do you pass the values here as an argument? Depends on that. The particular method will get invoked. Are you understanding this? Depends on the value which you are passing here. It will print the corresponding, it will call the corresponding method and will get executed. Clear everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So copy it down.
A few minutes later.
Okay. Everybody done with copying?
It's not.
Yes. So I want you people to overload the main method now. Will you do that? So what you do, what name you can give to for the class name? Just I'll give it as the main method. So write your own code. In the same way, you have to do the overloading for the main method. That means what? You have to write the public static void main and only it varies with the argument list. So what logic you will take, you have to take it and have to do it. I'll give you 5 minutes of time. Please write a program, like execute it. Okay? I'll come to your place and we'll check that. So to reduce the execution time as the binding takes place during the compilation itself. So what this statement means? Can anybody explain with us? What do you understand in the statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What do you understand by the statement now?
Increases the efficiency of the program. By
Okay,
reducing
increases the efficiency of the program. Okay.
by reducing the time.
How does it reduces the time? It's okay. Whatever you know, you tell me. Raghavendra.
Ma'am, when method called,
Hmm.
it when compiled time itself, it will get the method, ma'am.
When you see how does the program will get executed, whenever you call any method, you are calling a same method, correct? What happens? So method declaration and the method body will get binded together and that will be given to the stack as an input. Am I right?
Yes.
So this binding will happen earlierly depends on the argument list. It will vary. That's it. So already the binding will be there ready. Correct? So by that it reduces the time of binding it. If we have if we are using method overloading, what exactly it happens there means it will reduces the binding time as only there is a variation in the argument list, but all the methods will be doing the same action. The logic will be the same, only the difference is the argument list. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody understood this? Why it will take less time for the execution? How does it reduces the execution time as the binding takes place during the compilation itself? Understood? It applies for both static as well as non-static methods, and methods can be overloaded in same class or in the subclass. So it's an assignment for you, whatever the programs we have written here, right? So that is in the same class. We have one class and inside that we have overloaded it. So what you have to do is that you need to create a multiple class, either one more class, and please do the assignment in the static and non-static context. Two programs for static context between the classes and two programs for non-static context between the classes. You do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And return type is not considered for overloading. Why the return type is not considered? Yes. Why is it not?
Because method name will be same for
Hmm,
all.
hmm,
If we return the values in the method, we need to vary the data types.
correct. So the system will get ambiguity or the JM will get ambiguity to execute it. So if we have any return type, suppose in this main method itself, what we do in the number right there, and if I want to return the uh, so what type of data it is now here? It is of the integer
In
type of data, correct? If you are returning something where it is, this is what the method where we are calling it, and we should have that. So what will you print it? It will print the value. It is not saying that it will not print, but return type is not considered for overloading because we will not going to return anything in the method overloading. We are trying to achieve a logic in a different ways. That is why the overloading is used, correct? It can be done, but it is of no use. What has been sent here is not required. Only our motto is that we need to achieve or we need to book the ticket in this program. We need to find the contact in this program. We need to do the payment in this program. This logic has to be executed. That is the motto. Do you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. What are the benefits of this is that it like the cleanliness of the code. It will be very neat. It will avoid the ambiguity of the method because see for each of the logic if we want to write a different name even we will also get confused, right? To achieve the same action if we are giving a different name here we can achieve the same thing but while calling it there will be a confusion while giving the input or by passing while passing the argument. So that is why what it will do, it is helpful for avoiding the ambiguity and there is a flexibility because every time we are calling the same method, the method name is same. We are calling the same method, search method only, but only the argument is different, correct? That is where the flexibility comes to the picture. Clear everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is about the method overloading. Okay.